Located in the northern part of Odisha, Sundargarh is one of the major mining districts in the state as well as the country. Owing to its rich iron ore, coal, and manganese reserves, it is one of the top 7 contributors in the state to the DMF fund in the financial year 2020 and 21. In this video, we propose two schemes to help achieve the Sustainable Development Goal 10, that is, to reduce inequality within and among countries. To plan these schemes, we have taken a bottom-up approach aiming at the mining affected blocks of the district to maximize welfare and livelihood of the people.
The dominantly rural population of the mining affected blocks of Sundargarh such as Koida, Kutra, Nuagaon, Lahonipada and Himgir heavily depend on the unsustainable mining activities for their livelihood. Health, education and income are some of the parameters which are adversely affected and can be called as the resource curse. To mitigate the long-standing issues, we have come up with Kanana Ashisha Yojana. This yojana aims to reclaim areas adjacent to mines which often report low fertility and contamination by setting up permaculture farms. With the workforce comprising mainly of women and transgender populace, we aim to bring inclusivity and engaging the local population into sustainable livelihood and living.
Coined by Bill Mollison, the word permaculture is a portmanteau of permanent agriculture and permanent culture. According to the Permaculture Research Institute, permaculture is the conscious design and maintenance of agriculturally productive ecosystems, which have the diversity, stability, and resilience of natural ecosystems. It is the harmonious integration of landscape and people, providing their food, energy, shelter, and other material and non-material needs in a sustainable way. Permaculture farms can be set up in diverse environments and on various scales. The land near to mines often report metal contamination due to seepage and low fertility due to loss of the topsoil. After the land is demarcated, we have to run a detailed analysis of every aspect of the farm. This includes topography, soil quality, temperature, wind, the annual distribution of humidity and rainfall. Next, we have to develop the water systems on our farms in terms of water storage, harvesting and distribution. This will ensure the steady pace of the development of the farm. Next, we'll need to put in access roads, tracks and paths, all of which are permanent features in the landscape and are very important to consider early in the process. To subdivide the farm, fencing and dividing the farms into zones comes next on the way. After zoning, we need to build the soil health. Some of the techniques that can be used are keyline plowing, cover cropping, mulching, erosion control and starting of microbial inoculation through biofertilizers and compost teas. The final step is to plant trees, fruits and vegetable crops, all in an integrated way. One thing to keep in mind is that the trees and crops should be native to the area.
Coming to the socio-economic aspect, we aim to unite women into self-help groups and educate them through remote permaculture design courses. Once trained, the women can be engaged on the farms under the scheme with a proper minimum wage and additional social security benefits. This will divert them from working in the hazardous mines, brick kilns, and stone quarries. We also aim to rope in the transgender community and follow a similar process to take them into the organized sector.
A periodic inspection should be undertaken by the administration. It can be done by forming a multi-sectoral development program as suggested by the Ministry of Monetary Affairs. It is a robust mechanism of monitoring any program which includes various committees at different levels, and the concerned authorities are required to submit quarterly reports to their respective guiding officials. Community Vigilance Group, an organization consisting of local citizens for the maintenance of order in the absence of regular governing bodies, may also be established for the smooth and legit functioning of the scheme.
About 1/3 of the population in Sundargarh directly depends on agriculture as their primary source of income, while 1/2 of the population is involved in various forms of manual labor. In addition to that, the farming populace is mostly small holding in nature, that is, those marginal and submarginal farm households that own or cultivate less than 2 hectares of land. This calls for policy interventions to bridge this gap and bring inclusivity in income opportunities. Our proposal to introduce India Yojana has a twofold objective. While one is to reduce income inequalities by promoting local consumption, the other is to reinforce the objectives of the midday meal program, that is, to mitigate caste-based prejudices and provide impetus to the socio-economic upliftment of underprivileged sections of the society.
Coined by Lyson, civic agriculture refers to an alternative means of sustaining rural agriculture where local agriculture and food production is strongly associated with the socio-economic development of the locality under consideration. Thus, in a world where even our local markets sell products manufactured several miles away, civic agriculture aims to bring back the traditional local markets where producers and consumers belong to the same locality and often share the burden of risks and losses. Civic agriculture comprises a number of subcategories such as community supported agriculture, kitchen garden, farmers market, etc. Hence, the basic idea is to create a local food web that feeds back into the socio-economic development of the locality. Under Odisha Millet Mission, every DMF is directed to spend on growing and harvesting different varieties of millets. In Sundargarh, the district administration has majorly focused on Hemgir, Lahonipada, Balishankada and Tangrapalli. According to a report by the New Indian Express dated 15 January 2022, the production and procurement targets advertised by the administration and that predicted a huge disparity despite increasing funding. Quoting from the article itself, average production per acre comes to about 1.88 quintal, which is far too less. Under systematic millet intensification method, which ideal farming sans chemical fertilizers, per acre should fetch 8 to 10 quintal, while under line transplanting methods, the yield should be 5 to 6 quintal.
Although the production and procurement numbers are low, it is still touted to be the highest in the state. This fact can be used to our advantage. According to a paper published on September 3, 2019, titled Acceptance and Impact of Millet-Based Midday Meal on the Nutritional Status of Adolescent School-Going Children in a Peri-Urban Region of Karnataka State in India. Millets introduced in the midday meal of adolescent children had a profound effect on their growth and was hugely successful in tackling malnutrition. The same was done in collaboration with Akshaya Patra Foundation and certainly has tremendous potential in Sundargarh region, which has a huge population of children suffering from nutritional deficiencies. Another paper claims pearl millet to be one of the best nutri-cereals to help fight such deficiencies in children, as it can be grown in almost any soil, including that of mining affected areas whose soil is mildly acidic and deficient of most nutrients such as phosphorus and nitrogen.
Since the production and procurement numbers are low, the small-holding farmers can be given subsidies to implement transplanting methods, as it requires awareness and training, and all of their produce can be locally consumed by the government schools and schools run by the NGOs in the district. This can help in risk mitigation as the burden of losses is shared between the farmers and the schools, and a consistent source of income can be generated by the farmers. A paper titled The Future of Smallholder Farming in India, Some Sustainability Considerations proposes the same idea in a more detailed and technical fashion.
In addition to CSA, we plan to implement kitchen gardens in government schools and Anganwadis. Taking inspiration from the Mizoram model, we propose to provide Anganwadis and the government school in the district gardening equipments to create spaces where vegetables and fruits can be grown. The primary recipients of the produce will be the students enrolled in the school. This will not only help strengthen the local food web we proposed earlier, but also make sure students get nutritious and fresh food in their midday meals.
As Nobel laureate Elinor Ostrom says, the core goal of public policy should be to facilitate the development of institutions that bring out the best in humans. The two schemes formulated by us aims to do just the same. We aim to achieve the targets of SDG 10 by a holistic approach which involves economical, physical, social, and educational upliftment of the Sundargarh district. We hope that the district, which gave the country many shining hockey players, will one day itself emerge as a model where development and sustainability walks hand in hand.